month marks the birthday of one of the world's most remarkable cities, Los Angeles, or LA as it's often known. According to the official version of events, the LA story began in 1781, at a time when California was still part of the Spanish Empire. On September 4th of that year, a group of pobladores, or settlers, set out from the nearby San Gabriel Mission to found El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora Reina de los Ángeles, sobre el río Porciúncula, which means the town of Our Lady Queen of the Angels on the Porciúncula River. The pueblo changed nationality in 1821, when Mexico became independent, and again in 1847, when California became part of the United States. From these humble origins, Los Angeles has become, along with its East Coast rival New York, one of the world's greatest cities. In the 20th century, a Los Angeles suburb, Hollywood, gave us the film industry, while LA itself became the place where trends, everything from plastic surgery to skateboarding, began. In order to find out more about LA's contribution to modern culture, we spoke to Beth Deichmann, a journalist who moved there from New York. She is one of the editors of the NFT, or Not for Tourists Guide to Los Angeles. We began by asking her whether the world's impression of...
I think to a large degree people are influenced by what they see in the media, and because Hollywood is based here, that tends to be the main image that people have. I mean, I think that a lot of people back east think that people who live in LA are vegetarian yoga fanatics who are complete space cadets. And the more you live here, the more you realize that, no, that's a very small segment of LA. Definitely, there are those people who exist, but it's just an eclectic melting pot at this point. And what you really see when you first get to LA is how many people are from other places. I think I'd lived here for 4 or 5 years before I realized that I had a lot of friends who were actually native Angelinos, which when you first move here, you tend to gravitate toward other people who are new to the city. And LA is one of those places that draws people from elsewhere.
Does Los Angeles continue to set trends?
I think that it does continue to set trends with respect to things like fashion or pop culture references. I mean, a sitcom will have a line that suddenly becomes a catchphrase that's part of the American vernacular. Or Paris Hilton will be photographed wearing a certain kind of dress, and it turns up in InStyle magazine, and suddenly people all over the country are dressing like that. So it definitely continues to set trends on that level. I don't know that we've had a sweeping seminal change lately in how the rest of the world lives. LA was the home of the skateboard culture and surfing, and we haven't really created a new sport anytime in the last couple decades. But definitely, it still continues to have a huge influence on the rest of the nation.
What she personally liked about LA?
I love big ideas about the city. I love that it's a car culture. I like the fact that I can have almost the entire contents of my house in my car, and they're there wherever I go. I love the weather. LA gets slammed for the perfect sunny weather, 72 degrees year-round, but I actually like that. And there is a change of seasons. It's just really subtle. You don't get the changing of the leaves. You don't get a real crispness of the air, but you can't beat the weather. I got married in November, and I was able to plan an outdoor wedding because I knew it wasn't going to rain, and you don't have that luxury elsewhere. And people just seem more relaxed out here. It's probably the fact that the weather is nice and it is a pleasant place to live, and we don't have to climb up and down subway steps and stand elbow to elbow with people on our way to and from work, and it just makes people a little bit more relaxed.